Hi, this is RGK. Since it's summer, there is a little bit more time for socializing, so I used this opportunity to review several local multiplayer games. Rather than making one single video for each, I will cover them all together in this summer issue, but that will not stop new games from being released. Right now there is a crazy wave of local multiplayer games, so maybe I will release a second video a few weeks or months later. On this wave are riding a few cool surfers who know what they're doing, but let's not forget about the sharks that want to eat your leg with low effort or mediocre games. I already eliminated those, but among the remaining, some are cooler than others and I will tell you which I liked more or less. Let's start with Rainbow, a racing platformer. The originality lies in background colors constantly changing and hiding the existence of some of the platforms. Movements are the heart of such games, and I'm afraid I did not like them in Rainbow. Thus, I don't recommend this game, but I must point out that it's the only game from this whole video that can be played online. Everything else is local only. Medal Dash is also a racing platformer, except that I find this one much more interesting. First, the aim is not simply to reach the end, but to be the one carrying a gift through the finish line, which forces people to fight over the present. Then this game is very smooth and fast with lots of bumpers and oily surfaces to gain speed. Furthermore, and this is an interesting topic, there are many elements to slow down players at the top of the pack, things such as high grass that only slows down the first person to reach them, or glottis-like thingies shooting ahead upon touch. These details allow to balance things out a little bit, so that the person in front faces a little more challenge, while the less skilled have a bit of help. Which is exactly why Mario Kart is so fun to play with friends unlike technical racing games. Thus, Medal Dash is easy to learn and fun to play, ideal to start a party. Although not to finish it, there are no power-ups or other tools to give depth and variety to the experience. Contrary to the other games of this video that can be played with 4 people, Ball Grabbers is 1 versus 1 only. Players have to carry a ball and throw it on the opposing goal, whether it is a door or a scarecrow. While not carrying the ball, it's possible to dash to force the other player to drop the ball. The graphics are gorgeous and the levels feel different and interesting, but the content feels too quick to fully experience. The highlight is the possibility to throw a ship at the opponent so that they catch the ship instead of the ball. Mixed feelings. The concept of Yarit is very simple. Players can kill each other with a dash or by falling off the ledges. Everything is based on mind games, trying to anticipate when the others will attempt their dash so that you can get a drop on them right after that. It's a perfect game of chicken. There is a visual indicator showing when a dash is reloading, which allows everyone to see the window of vulnerability. It's very simple, but it works very well as it's easy to use and based upon tension between players rather than technical abilities. The game does not have many levels and I find them quite underused, but we had great laughs with Yarit before moving on to other games. Aqualand is quite an original concept. It's not a game about killing each other, it's about being the first to bring back as many treasures as possible. This implies diving in deep sea to hunt for wreckages and steal their gold. But beware, there are abyss monsters roaming around and those creatures are able to score a win if the players take too long, which creates an excellent dynamic between competition and cooperation. Do we fight each other and risk losing the round? Do we sign a peace treaty or do we put all our gold in one specific player's chest so that we can unlock the next level? Okay, yes, which player? Why you and not me? Hey, why are you stealing my gold? We agreed to cooperate. It's quite fun, and there is an additional subtlety related to the bag of gold that can gradually impact the weight of the players, which might push to drop some gold in order to jump high enough to reach your chest, while another player can come and pocket the gold you just dropped. There are many different weapons to harvest from some sort of totem skulls, and globally this game has a very good pacing with all the different phases and activities. The campaign can be played to unlock tougher levels, in cooperation or not. Or you can just pick one of the unlocked levels and play it competitively. This game was a very good experience. I only regret that some monsters look a bit ugly and the power-up weapons can be a bit complicated for beginners. Good recommendation for this one. I kept my favorite, Diner Bros, for dessert as it is inspired by Overcooked, except that instead of traveling from one kitchen to the next, there is a permanent restaurant to upgrade. Each day the players can earn a little bit of money to invest in new recipes, and the restaurant itself gets increasingly bigger. So it's not a game for short sessions during a party with friends, it's more geared towards a couple game to regularly play with your partner or with your family. It is even possible to play it alone as a waiter can be hired in single player. The other big difference with Overcooked is that you can directly serve your patrons which is used to great extent with several types of clients, such as joggers who can leave very quickly if you don't deliver the salad as fast as possible. You can only imagine the panic that spreads through the players, and it's a good way to make people communicate and socialize. The system is also great to let players organize themselves according to their skills. The best ones can remain in the kitchen, while people with weaker psychomotor skills can take orders and distribute the meals. Well, it might still a bit too difficult for some lost causes, as I will let you admire someone who was playing with me. I will not name this person because they will watch this video. A customer ordered a red drink. The person wearing glasses at the top right is the one we are observing. They are trying to convince the client to accept a blue drink instead, but the patron will not budge. A little back and forth to check if the drink dispenser is still in place. Yup, it's still there. The client is still there as well, she's not an illusion. Then the person takes their distance to reflect on their place in the world. The person is now starting to realize that this situation is beyond their control, and they are the puppets to a natural forces trying to prevent them from delivering their Pepsi, and comes back to try. And then our courageous hero RGK leaves the kitchen and checks if the drink dispenser is still working. Yes, but it's set to blue drinks. RGK sets it to red Coke and serves the customer before going back to the kitchen. The person that we were following has smoke coming out of their ears and a blue screen of death inside their eyes. Their brain has melted. Well, when you see that, you can understand why accessibility is an important parameter in local multiplayer games, and Diner Bros is doing well to go for a gentle challenge rather than forcing people to start over when a day was not perfect and the players did not perform well enough. I heartily recommend this game. Besides the lack of online play, I only regret the blank art style. I am done with this little roundup of summer local multiplayer games, and I hope that I helped you discover something new. See you soon for another video, bye!